NICO, an insurance partner you can trust.
Indeed, welcome. This is the OK Conversation on OKFM 99.5. We have with us Montserrado County Senator Darius Dillon. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Julius.
It's been a little while, just a little one.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. Just a little while.
Yeah.
We're good. We're happy to be back here.
How is life going?
Well, we give God the glory as always.
Montserrado County, biggest county in terms of numbers and everything else. What have you been up to with your people? We can talk all the things without starting from there.
Montserrado, like the rest of the country, we are doing okay under the circumstances. We have issues with the Western cluster trucking through Montserrado County with the iron ore and polluting the community without the kind of safeguards that should be put in place. We have, I was speaking with the Minister of Public Works in the last few weeks. We have our focus attention on the Clay Ashland Bridge there in Clay Ashland. And without seeking to take personal credit, we are thankful that the LEC is expanding to communities across Montserrado County. I had a discussion with the representative of District Number 17 in my office. I spoke to him. He came to me, and we had a discussion along with the Minister of Public Works to suspend the demolition of the people's homes in the District 17 area around the Hotel Africa environment vicinity, to give them some time to relocate. We will not prevent or be in the way of government's development, but we must understand that we have to be our people's representatives and seek their interest where they are in distress. We are nearing 90% completion of the first public library to be constructed from government money.
Where?
At Tottenham Campus.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, we are 90% near completion of the first public library for Montserrado County. That is under my office from government money. 1 year legislative project on a list. I placed the superintendent of the county, Warwick Bryan, directly in charge of that. They did the vetting for the contractor. The facility is there. We wrote MCSS to allow that public land to be used for public good, and they allow that. Tottenham High also allowed that. So we are 90% complete with the construction of the public library, and there are other things that we're doing across Montserrado County that probably during this conversation we'll have some elaboration on them.
In terms of the social development funds, I had the other representatives yesterday. Sometimes there are issues with how it comes. Are there any concerns?
Look, we have a situation in our country where if you were a Christian or you are a Christian and you believe that Jesus is the Son of God, and you know Satan is the devil, there are some people who believe that even if Satan said Jesus is the Son of God, they will argue because they won't see the message, they will see the messenger first. I'm a Christian. I'm not a devout one. But I believe Jesus is the Son of God, and the Bible tells me that Satan is the devil, and nothing good comes from Satan. But if Satan came to me and appeared in his Satan form and said, Dillon, Jesus is the Son of God, I'm not going to argue because Satan talking. I already know that Jesus is the Son of God. It's not a debate. I'm using this to respond to you. I don't like this legislative project thing. Honestly, I don't like it. I frown against it all the time. But you see, as much as we frown against it, frown upon it, if you open the line, some people ask me, say you became senator, what are you not doing in the country? They want to know what project.
Maybe that is why people are indoctrinated too.
Exactly the point. So when you have one or two persons who are trying to tell you this is not the way to do it, and you think the majority is right, you're discouraging the one or two persons because these one or two persons or 4 or 5 persons never get in majority to change everything. To change everything. Even in my legislative role, I am more focused on reform for our country. I put a bill on the floor. Let's reform and amend statute of limitation in our fight against corruption. I listened to Representative Montserrado last night on Spoon Talk, and I will give attribution to where I listened to him. I listened to him on Spoon Talk, and he said, when I become president, or if I become president, I'm quoting Montserrado, you make me president, I will make sure we pass law that no lawmaker and government official will make more than 5,000. 5,000 will be the ceiling. I have a law on the floor. I have a bill on the floor. Montserrado and other lawmakers don't have to be president before we pass that law. The law is on the floor. Let's rally around. If we, 103 of us, or say 100 of us, apart from the speaker, the deputy speaker, the pro tem, if 103 of us took salary of 5,000 or below, right from the legislature, from 100 lawmakers, we save the country $4 million. I already finished finding $4 million how we can save the country to put it to other sectors. Just by making 5,000, we save the country $4 million.
That is annually.
Annually. Somebody say, oh, Dillon just being political, Dillon is fake. Challenge majority of my colleagues to be fake like me, let me 5,000. And see if the 4 million we save the country will be fake to go to other sector. Then we can take that same courage to the executive and to the judiciary to reduce what the high salary is. I listened to my colleague, Representative Montserrado, on Spoon Talk, also last night. He said, you made me president, I will make sure the statute of limitation in the fight against corruption will extend the time. I already put statute of limitation law bill on the floor. It passed in the Senate in July of this year. Statute of limitation is the law that extends how long it can take for government to prosecute you for crime that is not bailable. That bill I put on the floor, it passed in the Senate in July. It was appropriately transmitted to the House of Representatives where Montserrado and others are. Just pick up that law for them and concur with it. Because my bill that the Senate passed, it took statute of limitation from 5 years, as it is, to 10 years.
Maybe the same way you lobbied with your Senate colleagues, you should do that with the House too?
When a law is passed from one house, it's read in the chambers of another house, no matter who submitted or sponsored the law or the bill. It was read formally in the Senate, in the House, after it was passed in the House, in the Senate. So here's the thing here. The statute of limitation bill that I put on the floor that was passed in the Senate in July. The current statute of limitation law says if you committed corruption crime against this country or any other crime against the person, once it is a crime, felony, 5 years after, nobody can prosecute you again if prosecution was not commenced within 5 years. My bill I put on the floor that passed in the Senate took it from 5 years to 10 years, but with something that is not in the current statute of limitation law, especially in our fight against corruption. My bill says, the current law says, after 5 years, nobody can prosecute you even if they have evidence. My bill that passed into law from the Senate, now before the House, says prosecution, 10 years window for prosecution begins from the discovery, the date of the discovery of the crime, not when the crime was committed.
Okay.
Now, to simplify, Julius, if I was 20 years old and I committed, say it is the most sentimental talking to, if I was 20 years old and I committed a corruption-related crime, I managed to suppress it until I turned 60 years old. There are 40 years in between. But if at the age of 60, then they discovered that when I was 20 years old, I committed a corruption crime or a felony, not in the first degree, because first degree felony is not, it has no statute of limitation. So corruption-related, aggravated, or any crime, if I committed that crime when I was 20 years old and I turned 60 years old, and at the age of 60, they discovered that I committed that crime when I was 20 years old.
That's when the 10
Then
years
when
start.
the 10 years starts for prosecution, it is not in the current law. How that law is bad, the current law, how is it bad? Under President Salif, Clemency Uwe and the board of NOCAL did some stuff at NOCAL along with Robert Salif. After 5 years, Ellen Johnson Salif took Clemency Uwe then to court. Ellen Johnson Salif government took Clemency Uwe then to court to prosecute them for corruption crime. The court said, hey, maybe you all got case, but 5 years finished, so you can't do anything to these people. My bill upon the floor that passed in the Senate says, from the date of the discovery of the crime, now when it was committed.
It is almost like the war crimes thing. People in World War II that did stuff, some were just prosecuted.
Correct.
So let me just hold you there. You mentioned Musa Belete. I would have waited for calling in segment, but since
You
it is
calling
out,
your back me, huh?
no, I don't know why he is calling. So let's
Yeah, I
let's
want
hear
to
from
do
you
it
first.
now. You shouldn't
Yeah,
wait to
yeah,
be
let-
president for no, my man.
Representative Musa Belete, the political leader of the CMC, you were mentioned. Why? Why do you want to wait to be president before you talk about bringing salaries down to 5,000 and the issue of statute of limitation? Why do you need to be president first? Allegedly, you said those.
Thank you, and thank you to the senator. I'm so happy today. I finally found something that me and Senator Dillon can work on together.
Oh.
This is something that I promised him. I'm not very open with the law, so I will visit his office. I want him to tell me what exactly I need to do in the House to lift that bill, to bring it before the House so that we can push it. I believe that we'll have the necessary vote to push it. I also, in all of the two bills, I'm 100% for them. That's why I was speaking about it. I also want Senator Dillon to also do me a favor. Today, the Liberian people, we have a bill that we passed to give right to Liberians to participate in their government system and to protect certain jobs for Liberia, which is in the immigration bill. I passed that in the House and it's currently before the Senate. I hope that he agrees with that bill so that he can also help me on that side so that we can pass it. This kind of collaboration, irrespective of politics, is why we were brought to that place. And I make this public commitment that starting this week, I really don't know how it works, so I will go to Senator Dillon. I know he's more experienced in law than me, so I will sit with him. He will guide me through how we can get this before the House, the two bills that he has. Some lawmakers were telling me that at the end of a session, if the bill does not go through, then he has to start his run again. I'm hoping that he did pass those bills this very session we are in now, which is the 55th. If not, if the law is otherwise, then definitely I want to work with him. Let's work together. Let's find ways to work together as lawmakers. It should not always be that we should oppose one another. I'm in 100% agreement with the senator, And Julius, you being our witness here,
Yeah,
I promise if there's a bill from the senator, I will get on it immediately in the House. I will lift it. I will bring it forward. I will ask for the discharge petition, and I'll get a necessary vote to put that bill on the floor so that we debate it and pass it for the benefit of our culture. It's a major anti-corruption fight. Right. I was in the House the other day when I said we should audit the House for the 10 years back. The Speaker told me, oh, the way back is no longer law. It is painful because if people hide behind, not to prove they're innocent by hiding behind technicality, then the fight for corruption will not go anywhere.
Okay.
So at this point in time, I'm hoping that the senator will join me to also agree a joint resolution for all the entire legislature. He and I can champion that as well, so that we can audit the entire legislature for the sake of posterity. I believe that he is a man on a mission. I'm sure he will not, refuse to join me there. So we can find all of these. Whether or not he agrees with my bills or my proposal, I am committed unconditionally. He doesn't have to agree with mine, but unconditionally, the one that he has, I agree with them, and I will support him, and I will immediately by next week make sure that that bill is in front, at least the speaker, so that I can push him to bring it up to the floor for debate. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so kindly for your call, sir. So you have an ally there.
So I respect the position of my colleague, Representative Montserrado, who is also the political leader of CMC. The bill is before the House. It passed the amendment on the statute of limitation bill is before the House. It passed the Senate in July on this 55th. And so we expect that our colleagues in the House will see reason to concur so that the president can pass it into, approve it, and publish it into handbills. And it becomes law in our country where you know that if you committed a crime, a non-bailable crime, no matter how long it takes, the day they discover it, and good evidence is still available, they will prosecute you. What that does, it can serve as deterrent. Right now, LSCC is challenged. The Ministry of Justice is challenged with the current statute of limitation law. If you follow the U.S. politics, the Trump government, whether it was politically driven, charged and sent to court Jim Comey, the former CIA director. The court dismissed the case yesterday on 2 grounds. One, the prosecutor was not legally employed. The federal prosecutor was not legally employed by President Donald Trump. Oh. And 2, that even if the case will be refiled against James Comey, the statute of limitation will play in his favor because the time to prosecute him for what they say they want to prosecute him for has passed under the statute of limitation. So right now in America, the discussion is to review the statute of limitation law to extend the time. In Liberia, Senator Dillon and the rescue mission will already file ahead the Senate on my bill to review and amend statute of limitation to all meet and extend the time. We are already far ahead. The House of Representatives should kindly act so that the president can approve that. It can give the LACC teeth to bite, more teeth to bite, and it can also serve as deterrent against commission of these kind of crimes in our country.
Okay, good. So he also asked you for some favors. You going to hear from him?
Sure. Representative Montserrado and I will speak on the phone sometimes regularly. He comes to my office. I've been to his office. Forget about all the rigmarole we had together against one another in Liberty Party. That is behind us. The people who don't understand that you need to put some things behind you and move ahead. That the people who still stuck in the past. Right now, Montserrado is political leader of his party, but he's representative in the House of Representatives. For us to make 5,000, I will need more votes. A week or so ago, my colleague, my former boss man, but my colleague now, who himself takes pride in the fact that I was his chief of staff before, Now I'm seeing him in the Senate by ranking. I'm the third official in the Senate. I'm talking about Senator Edwin Snow. So I'm not trying to say in a denigrating way. My colleague put a communication on the floor and requesting that because we have a $1.2 billion projected budget, we must restore harmonization. And I did an amendment to the motion because I welcome his communication. I did an amendment to the motion that one of the ways we can help to restore harmonization and prove to the people that we mean it, you bring my bill back on the floor so we can pay 5,000. Then money generated from reducing our salary can also help to restore and harmonization or go to other sector. Senator Snow agreed. Sunday evening, I think it was Sunday, Senator McGill, who was on Spoon, and to the effect he said that he agreed that with my bill for 5,000, I don't want us to just be talking on the radio. We gotta go vote for it in the legislature so it can turn the law. And,
Yeah, so let's see how it will play out at the House of Representatives. Before we clear up Montserrado and we'll go to other issues now.
Yeah.
I'm not taking calls, folks. It is not calling time yet. Y'all stop calling.
And I wanted to make part of you.
Why?
And you talk political leader Musa Belede in the middle of my conversation.
Yeah.
When the days of my measure my name on your air, when I call you, I take my own call in the middle.
Now, Montserrado, we already talking 2029. There's a whole lot. Once you mention Dillon, you divide opinion.
Yeah.
Some people say you are their best senator. Some say no, he's a fake light.
He's
He's
fake,
a former light,
Yeah.
a Chinese light.
Yeah.
They're not carrying you back 2029. Are you running 2029 in Montserrado?
I cannot be talking about 2029, 2025. You see, if I were in opposition and looking to run, I would be talking about 2029. I'm in the office. I cannot be competing with the people who can just talk outside for 2029. In 2025, I will not be talking 2029 politics in office. The people who are not in office are free to talk about 2029. That's why I even tell my own rescue people, you're the one making citizens and opposition to believe that 2029 is tomorrow morning. You're competing with opposition. Opposition ain't got nothing to do with this other talk. You who get the power and the solution, solve the problem, 2029 will play itself. In 2020, next year, 2026, I will be talking 2026 and doing 2026. The people who want 2029, that didn't want to pray for it to come fast.
Are you troubled by Martin Colley's desire to run and the kind of support he seems to be getting from young people who support you?
No, I'm not troubled. You see, the seat I occupy is not my power farm. Plenty of people been in that seat before. One of the persons that sat in that seat that I adore, even in death, Charles Bronski. I mean, in our Senate. The seat Senator Lawrence is in is where Charles Bronski was, but I mean in that Senate. I know what it means. And myself being in the Senate, I got my own experience from when I was outside. So it's easier to be outside and talk. When you go inside, you will know. For me, Senator Dillon, I am way past the childish small talk and the petty politics. The people cannot give us power, see us as solution drivers. Then we be behaving like opposition. No.
Do you think his critiques of you are genuine or not? Are they rightful or not?
Sometimes I think he just playful about it. Sometimes I take his critique as something that should help to keep me on track, even if he means it otherwise. And if it was not respect for you and the audience are listening, I would have already trashed out the discussion. Because for me to be saying that in 2025 as senator, and somebody who's going to be in ESA and running business in the country that won't kill him.
What do you mean when you say someone who's supposed to be ESA? Is he in ESA?
And Martin Colley you asked me about, and And Martin in exile from where? From foreign country? He in exile from where? From Liberia. Who won't get him? When he in exile, there are plenty of things you can get free. Relax.
Are you considering Bassa to run in Bassa 2029?
No.
Because people say Senator Dillon is building in Bassa. It is like he also wants to do a snow.
No. You can keep the other recording. Chief, if I decide I don't want to be in politics again, I don't have to change country for legislative seat. I've been in that place 2029 by January. I will be 11 and a half years in the legislature. If I decide to run or not to run.
There was a point when you were being touted for a VP post.
I told people no. You see, one of the things about us, we don't like to be true to ourselves. One of the things that gave President Weah hard time, he was not true to himself. The people love him, but he didn't show love to the people. By saying no, you leave me about presidency, I'm ready. Just because you're popular and 3 persons can clap for you, does not mean you qualify or competent to be president or vice president. Look, let me tell you something. There are some people who love you so much that they can tell you to fly the plane when they're inside. You got to love them more in yourself to say, no, I can't fly the plane. It's just as simple as how I want to answer you. Talking me for vice president in 2023 and all that thing, it was just intended. In fact, it was out of the game to put CPP in more disarray. I refuse to do that.
Now, let's come to that. There has been this rigmarole between.
So before we go there, let me repeat this thing.
Which one?
About the reduction in our salary and some of these reforms bills that we're putting up. I want the public to challenge majority lawmaker to fake like me so we can reduce our salary to 5,000. Agree with my bill to reduce our salary to 5,000 and see what are the $4 million plus that will be generated just from the legislature will be fake to go back to the other sectors or to increase or tap civil servant salary. Let's see whether that will be fake. Let majority fake like me.
Okay. You have been having some issues with some citizens of Nimba because of your stance on labor issues. They think you've been targeting, that you may have had some issues with the folks at labor because of ethnicity and all those kinds of things. At some point, it appeared to me that you were scared. You were always like, this is life-threatening and all of that. And you even went on a rant at the Senate. What is it really, and have we come to a point where both sides have understood what it is about?
You know, Julius, everything is political in our country to the extent where if somebody is standing in the middle of the road, the motor road, and a speeding truck is coming, and you tell that person a speeding truck is coming and your life is at risk, the first thing the person may look at, not you, not the truck, for their own life. The first thing the person will look at is, who telling me that truck coming, a speeding truck coming? That person from my party? If you're not from that person party, that truck will clear them. Because they're hearing it from somebody who is not from their party. The whole country is so politically polarized. So much so that everything is viewed from a political perspective. Where the person from? What is their political position? What is their political party? What is their political alignment? Before I listen to what it's saying. I lay this premise to say, I cannot be against the people of Nimba. I cannot be, and I am not against Nimba. But because they've been having this kind of, some people been having this kind of chatter or talk, and Oh, Dillon fair because they lost a VP slot, this and that. And we didn't get a VP slot from our Liberty Party. But even some people who were not close to being named as running mate to President Boakai, now President Boakai, in 2023 when he was candidate, even some people who were not close to being named there, they got so disenchanted, disappointed, and high sentimentally, politically, they refused to support our ticket. But we did. I led Montserrado County to win the election for Boakai and Kun, for Kun to be vice president of Liberia. We knew you were from Nima. Nyombi Kanga Lawrence agreed to be the chair lady, the chairperson of the Boakai Kun campaign across the country for us to make Boakai and Jeremiah Kun president and vice president. Knowing that the vice president is at the heartbeat of the presidency of any country in any democracy. I was everywhere, not only in Montserrado County, everywhere the campaign could carry me for my voice to elevate the Boakai Kun ticket. Knowing that Kun, Jeremiah Kun, a young man who would all love, respect from Nima County, with a very likelihood that he can be president from our decision. I stood on top of my car. I was everywhere in this county. But that, without attempting to seem to want to appeal to sentiment, but that's a fact. There were some people who all started the rescue mission together. They said, once you take Kun, we're not taking you again. Boakai, you on your own. We, who the country at least believed or felt that he would take Nyombi Basa woman to be a running mate. When he called us, say, SYZ, we say, it's about the country. We'll go with the ticket. Knowing that Kun, at that time, Kun was not cool. Jeremiah Kun, he was not far. After the election was won, I campaigned for, meaning in the Senate, I voted for Gov't, Labor Minister, to be Labor Minister. I voted. And you know, one of the lights I put on in the Senate, nobody can challenge their vote this time because on the record, no, they're not here and there on no crucial things. Everybody vote on the record, yes or no, or abstain or absent. Nobody can say, no, I vote or I voted. The record is there. I voted for Jeremiah, I voted for Gov't to be Minister of Labor. I voted for Sekou Kroma to be Minister of Post and Telecommunication. Forget about whether he's a Mandingo member, he's from Nima. There are about 13 ministers or ministerial slot at the Ministry of Labor. Minister, deputy, and assistants. 9 out of the 13 are from Nima. I voted yes for all of them, including Gov't and the assistant and the deputy, to be minister, deputy, and assistant. The former DA director, A.B. Kroma, he's from Nima. I voted for him to be DA director. After A.B. Kroma, I voted for Anthony Swore to be DA director. In fact, he was cousin or uncle to the late Senator Prince Johnson. I voted for him to be DA director until the administration screwed up and President Boakai replaced them to the current, acting. And you can go across the entire government where nomination and vote was required to confirm people. Everybody from Nima, I voted yes on the record. I cannot be anti-Nima. What Gov't and some of his folks are doing is just dangerous. To say that during your confirmation hearing, I was clear when I said, I will make you Minister of Labor. After 6 months, I will invite you back here to the Senate so we can review work permit, so that we can revoke work permit and don't renew work permit, don't extend them, so that Liberians can get jobs as store boss, as accountants, as welders, as electricians, as mechanics, in any part of Liberia where Liberians are qualified and available to work and earn a living. Mr. Minister, do you agree? He said yes. The video is there. Do his confirmation hearing. And after 6 months to 1 year, I called the minister back on the Senate, and all of us said, and when I voted for Boakai in 2024, February, thereabout, Boakai was not kissy man. I voted for him to be Minister of Labor. So my oversight to push Boakai to make sure that he don't give jobs that Liberians are qualified and available to do, then it can't be because he's from Nimba. It can't be because he killed man. Now, I went on the rampage these few days because Boakai went to Ministry of Information, MICAT press briefing, the government-run platform, and lied that the president nominated him to be Minister of Justice, and Dillon fought it, and the president withdrew his nomination. That was a lie. And I sent you the video.
But that will also question the president's appointment ability and capacity.
And not only that, but I sent you the video. So maybe for the purpose of some people who have not heard it before, if you would play that 1 minute clip of Boakai, not to a house, not at an intellectual center with few persons, but at the government-run platform, to tell a lie against the president and to malign my name, to put me against the people of Nimba, the good people of Nimba, that he's not Minister of Justice because I fought it and the president withdrew his nomination. I sent a video to you. But that's beside the point. That was 6 months ago. Few weeks ago, somebody in charge of MDR, the Movement for Reconstruction and Democracy, the party that is chaired by Minister Boakai, the person, one Emmanuel or somebody, went on the radio in Nimba County to tell the people of Nimba to re-echo, to the effect that Dillon is the reason Prince Johnson died, and he won't care another of our sons. He hate Nimba people. He want radio.
Seriously?
I sent a video to you as well. The person is in studio in Nimba County on the radio. The person is the officer in charge of MDR in the absence of Boakai when he ordered the country. So it was MDR speaking in Nimba, speaking to the Nimba people, putting me against them and making me look like I hate Nimba. I hate Nimbayans. I'm the reason Prince Johnson died, and then I want to kill another Nimbayan. What was disappointing was no stakeholder for Nimba for 6 months said a word that you stop what you're doing against Senator Dillon. Until I spoke recently. And then everybody claimed.
Yeah, but you said some pretty harsh things. Do you regret saying them?
No. You see, when I was pushing Samuel Tuer and President Weah to give us domestic debt list to save this country of millions of dollars in bogus payment, George Weah, neither George Weah nor Samuel Tuer accused me of being anti-crew people or anti-the or Grable people. Some of the same people who are not too happy with me today were hailing me. But what did my fight in the domestic debt issue do for the country? After GSC audited recently, GSC said they realized and they are recommending that the government should not pay $704 million US in domestic debt claims because they are unverified. That means my fight for us to be transparent on the domestic debt payment has saved the country $704 million US. The same way this fight on the issuance of work permit will put, Julius, I want somebody who listening to just imagine how many foreign-owned stores, merchandise stores across the country. Just put a figure in your head. Let's make it ridiculous. Let's say that 200 stores across the whole Republic of Liberia. It's far more than that. But let's say that 200 retail merchandise stores owned by non-Liberians across Liberia. Let's just say that 200. I know there are far more than 200. There are more than 1,000 plus. don't give work permit to store boy in any of the 200 stores across Liberia. Employ Liberians as store boys, you have created 200 jobs in the private sector in the labor market.
Just as store boys.
Just as store boys. Imagine Firestone with over 100 cars, Aslam Meter with all the cars and these equipment to operate. Imagine Western Cluster, imagine B Mountain, imagine all these big companies with all the fleet of cars. Employ Liberian drivers. Imagine that all the companies put together, they get about 1,000 or 2,000 drivers. 1,000 of them, I mean, I'm just speaking figure off the top of my head. 1,000 of them, they are non-Liberians. Don't give work permit for drivers in Liberia. Let Liberians get driving job because driving is also a professional vocation that can earn people livelihood. Imagine how many accountants these foreign companies hire. You go to Aslam Meter, you go to Western Cluster, you go to B. They are welders, people doing welding, electrical works, plumbing. They are non-Liberians. Don't give work permit for that. And imagine how many persons we employ in this country, Liberians in this country. The only profession the Minister of Labor has not sold for work permit fees, the lawyering profession, because the law says you must be a Liberian to practice law in Liberia. If that law was not there, Cooper Cra was going to get work permit fee for all the BB companies to bring their lawyers here. Going to law school will be useless. I cannot be a senator sitting and not fighting for livelihood, job empowerment for our people, and somebody say I'm targeting a country. It would have been a bastard man who was labor minister. I was going to take this very fight to him.
His name is Senator Darius Dillon, Montserrado County. We go to other issues. There are those who think that beyond partisan politics, you should be patriotic.
Yes.
You should maintain the standards, the high standards that you set for yourself. They think, for example, on the Deputy Minister Fatima Salif thing, they think that you dropped the ball on that because in other situations you were very strong on people like Zolizo, the late Darlington Canley. Is it Canley?
Yeah, Darlington Canley.
Yeah,
Toga, Niemlen, Wabodeke, all those people.
That you should have maintained that stance, but people didn't see that coming out of you.
Yes.
And they think it was a dropping of the ball. What do you say to that?
Yeah, they may be right, but they don't understand the day Fatima. Now, I'm not going to shy away from her. Mm-hmm. I would have probably voted for her if I were not presiding. But the day Fatima was voted and confirmed, I was the presiding officer over the Senate. Presiding officers don't vote unless there's a tie, and there was no tie. All the opposition people, including all the ruling party people, voted for Fatima that day. I think only Senator Augustine Chie of Sando County has some reservation. And we're voting on the record, so nobody can challenge their voting record this time. You see, one of the lies we talked to the legislature, nobody can challenge.
Yeah, but the point is, you could have written about it, you could have had a show on it that given this that has happened, and because of my past tense, I'm going to maintain this.
But the fact that Fatima comes from the ruling government, who asked Fatima the most challenging and difficult questions? The videos are there, it was live. Senator Dillon. Senator Darius Dillon. In fact, it was my video questions to Fatima that the opposition were running with.
Did she lie on her oath?
Well, she said she slept. And she came back and corrected it. The day they were voting as a Senate, I was presiding over the Senate.
I don't think the Senator Dillon of the CDC days would have allowed that. I don't think so. I don't want to agree.
You could be right. But we have McGill there, we have Albert Chia there, we have...
So you're trying to put the blame on
No, I'm not putting blame. Because you said Senator Dillon of the opposition. The Senate is not all opposition. We have lawmakers who are not opposition. The voting record is clear there.
Do you think people are being unfair to you by expecting you to to play the role of the opposition when they are there to still be publicly, strongly in opposition to your own government, then what those who are the opposition should be doing.
No, but you see the thing about it, what people don't understand, in fact, we are more critical of our own government. In fact, we don't want even opposition in our government than the opposition itself in our government. Chief, you listen to Orlando and Total audio hearing?
I am coming there.
Good. Who was more critical on the audio with Orlando? That was Dillon. You think that microphone fame I was looking for? I just want to be the Dillon that people knew. But I'm a human being too. I can fall short. I'm not an angel. No, I'm not. But humanly speaking, realistically speaking, how would people expect me to be the leading opposition of my own government? Julius, you are a human being. You work at OKFM. There are things that happen here. You go to a staff meeting and talk it. You don't come outside on the microphone. Does that mean you like everything that happening here? Julius, I voted no against President Boakai's first budget of $41 million in February of 2024. I voted no. You know why? Because then Minister Boyman Kamara, under our own government, did not submit domestic debt list.
Yeah, I can remember that.
You remember that? Mm-hmm. On the record. How many media people say that? You know, when President Boakai started suspending 10 youth officials and naming acting people, President Boakai submitted a nomination from 10 new positions to the Senate. I raised the motion and said the Senate will not aid and abet any violation on part of the executive. You violate any law, for us to confirm these people will be aiding and abetting the violation. So, if I want to make a general motion that going forward, any violation of any law, any nomination where the president nominate people to any position and people in that position and they're turning over here, the Senate will not indulge it, will not give it credence by putting it on the floor to send it to committee room for confirmation consideration. We did it throughout. At LTA, Patrick Horner, them, and the crew that were there, they acted for 1 year until legal vacancy were created by the resignation of Israel Aginsaya and the other folks. Once you resign, you create legal vacancy. So the president then did legal nomination, proper nomination, and we went through the process. Do I need to stand on top of car to be causing President Boakai before people know that we're standing up in our own government? Who said Fonanti Kofa is the speaker in keeping with the respect for the Supreme Court after the court rule? It was Senator Dillon who was angry at me. Is
it difficult being Dillon?
No, it's not difficult being Dillon. You know, the only time it can be difficult when you go to the place to go also. Even in George Weah government, they had number to expect me. I was not afraid of being expelled. No, I'm not. You see, I go to that place to go also, but I'm a human being too. I expect that people will beat on me. I expect that people will say they may think, or they want to lay or down. But I learned one lesson. When I was inducted as senator in 2019, our chair, the pro tem then said something, other experience I didn't take into consideration. He said, the people elected you, they voted for you, you hear now, there are 3 cardinal responsibilities you will put on your lips. The 4th responsibility is the one they put hold you back, which is now your obligation. That's your thing about lawmaking, oversight, and representation. The 4th responsibility that the people take more, that is social well-being. When somebody visa expire tomorrow and they come to you for the plane ticket today, and you get it, you buy lawmaker. Well, some people get some people in accident, unfortunately. Some people, when they request, it can play on your emotion to the point until they think you bad because you get it at the time. Some people in hospital taking drip, they send you the picture, send her on drip. It's another time you broke. That are fourth responsibility that if you can make it, you can pass statute of limitation law, you can further reduce that salary, you can do all that thing. Forget it. So I can understand all of those things. The Dillon that the country elected, this Dillon still exists. But as a human being.
Let's move on to the Oranto deal. I once it came up, I started raising the issue, but we have to give credit to Front Page Africa. Since last year, they started running some stories. Apparently, when they got wind that the company wanted to come back, the terrible history. But I also watched portions of the hearing and saw the different things that people highlighted. The question is, are you going to send it back or what?
From what I see the Oranto deal is, it is advisable and will be pushing to send it back to the executive. And that is my position as a member of the Judiciary Committee and also a member of the hydrocarbon.
Because at one point, it's like we don't even know where the company is. We don't even know if it is Liberia Limited or...
We are seeking personal promotion on some of these media platforms. You know, most times, and Julius, not about you, anytime the media goes call on me for 6 months, 8 months, 1 year, it means I'm doing small positive thing. The day you hear some media people play my voice, that is small little thing I not do bad, that's not correct. They make it look like I'm the worst thing. Why you can play some of my clips?
We do here.
Generally.
No, but then you should go ask that. Don't be asking me.
So, Oranto, like Aslam Meter, their extension that President Weah in 2022 submitted to the legislature. And now that we're under Aslam Meter extension, but we thought Aslam Meter had not performed and complied enough to be extended. So we led the rejection to send it back to the executive. Oranto deal does not make sense to me yet. And I'm speaking not to impress opposition, not to impress the microphone, to impress my conviction and for the greater good. Several reasons. Oranto, the agreement says it is an oil production sharing contract agreement between the Republic of Liberia and Oranto Petroleum Liberia Limited. So, Oranto Petroleum Liberia Limited is not a foreign-owned company. It is a local-based Liberian registered company. I asked the representative of the Ministry of Justice, NOCAL, NRC, LPRA. LPRA is the Liberia Petroleum Regulatory Authority. I asked if we are entering into the list of all blocks to Oranto Petroleum Liberia Limited. That means they must be registered in Liberia as a legal entity, and they should have headquarters and employees and everything. Where are they located in Liberia? And you watch a hearing, it took our people almost forever to say which part of Sinker. The Minister of Justice representative did not know where Oranto is headquartered in Liberia. The FPRA head was guessing between 19th Street or whatever street, but it's some part of Sinker. If that doesn't scare anybody, what are you from the ruling party? What are you from the ruling government, or you in opposition or not? If it doesn't scare you, who's supposed to agree for Oranto to get our deal? And the people who brought the deal to us, for all to look at and agree, they know where Oranto
address.
So there's a reason why that answer was challenging. Because if Oranto Petroleum Liberia Limited is a registered company in Liberia, they must have articles of incorporation with their board. One know who all are the incorporators and who are the board members, either in Liberia or other Liberia. Two, If the company have been operating in Liberia, they must abide by the Liberian law by registering their business every year. Where's the business registration? They renew every year. To where are they headquartered? How many employees do they have? I couldn't get answers to those. That was a red flag. I am not opposition. I am a ranking member of the ruling government. But I do not need to be on top of car yelling and insulting. Okay. And two, Oranto is supposed to demonstrate that they have a parent foreign company that issued them guarantee, sign, notarize, and everything to show proof to convince us Liberia that they have the money and they can fund the project. When I ask, they say they got a guarantee. Where is it? They say they bring it to the hearing. Okay, y'all go bring it. When y'all find it, y'all bring it, then we'll have a second hearing. So, as it stands now, from what I see, if these things are not corrected, and
if we can imagine that you haven't even spoken about their history.
No, when you go to the history, we just start asking the fundamental legal questions and no answer. If it remain like that, vote no. Period.
Okay. Finally, it is a question with two sides. You can use 1 or 2 minutes each. What is your government doing that is not right, that you think needs to be improved upon? And two, what is the government doing that is okay? Some of the reasons you campaign for the government that is.
Don't join opposition for 2029. Look, 2029 will play itself. When I became senator in 2019, with the blessing of the people, I knew that 2020 election was ready for me. I never had time for 2020 election, but I made 2020 election easier. Declare asset, publish it, never happened before. Announce how much lawmakers making. Started kicking beyond what would dig it, and he fighting to reject people who were not supposed to be in government, leading the Senate to reject, opening the Senate to the people. Then citizens started getting uncomfortable, say if we keep the guy in the government, he will expose us. Then people also said, no, we need more of Dillon in the fact, we'll extend Dillon time. Let the people decide that you're the one. Don't force yourself in the throat of the people. When we told our government, and it may not resonate with people. When we told our government, 6 months in the government, why was still putting people in places? We started looking for one of the most harmless seats that we had, the speakership. There was anything we wanted out of the house as a government. For them to cover the first to make sure the house passes. But we wanted that seat. While in going for that seat, we almost broke the government down for 8 months. We introduced 2029 on the lips of opposition by our actions and inactions, some of them. Then opposition said, oh, I thought he posted new everything. In fact, let's make it 2029, make it so we can go move there. Then we too now in the government now, we too will compete with the people.
We are not coming back.
We are not coming back. Oh no, we are coming back. We are not coming. What is that? Bossman, opposition get talking point. Ruling government supposed to take out their talking point and subtract it from their talking point. Opposition talking point lost on LEC current, where LEC is being supplied. LEC is being expanded in communities and across the country. No argument about that. There are some people who say nothing changed in this country. Just tell them to go put
Call his name, Mr.
No, plenty people saying
Cummings.
it. Plenty people saying it. You see, the thing about me, I don't give credence to certain things. So, by calling names and things that. So, I'm saying, there are some people who say nothing changed since Boakai became president. The first thing that changed since Boakai became president is that George Weah is not president again. That's number one. Number two, Julius. Number two, LEC is not everywhere, but the places LEC supply current, plenty of people don't remember when they put a generator on. In fact, no home panics when LEC goes this time. In fact, everybody almost sit down to the same place because when LEC goes, they come in almost right back. If you say nothing has changed, go put your generator on if it will start immediately. When you use generator 1 or 2 with the hard starting, and 2, people used to buy LEC current and at the same time buy fuel for the generator. They used to use the generator more than the LEC because LEC was not stable. Now, that fuel money that you're not using again, that something has changed that you can use for something else. Some people who say they have not changed, nothing has changed, like President Weah and Ellis Cummings and opposition. Thank God President Weah and Ellis Cummings from the Southeast. Let them get in car today from Aurora and go to Maryland and Grand Crew. If they will not reach today, and if they won't come back, if they don't return today, they will know nothing has changed. Since Boakai became president, the rice price have not gone up, but it has reduced. Since Boakai became president, no Liberian car owner or horse owner have formed queue at filling stations in anticipation or fear that there will be shortage of petroleum products. The product have not gone up, the cost, the prices, but it have come down. Go in America where they quick to compare Liberia. Almost every commodity price have gone up since Donald Trump became president. Rice price up, egg price up, coffee price up, groceries prices are up. Almost everything prices coming down in Liberia. The only thing we see, I tell people, if you don't change the way you see things, the things you see will not change.
His name is Darius Dillon, Senator of Montserrado County. We need more interactions. The next 15 minutes, let's take your calls on 777-700-995, 555-995-995. Your numbers to call, and you will be through. This is the OK Conversation on OKFM 99.5. Let's begin here. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah, good evening. Julius.
Yes, go ahead. Is this Charles Yates?
Good evening to my own Senator, Darius Dillon. This Charles Yates. I called in from Broadway this afternoon here. Yeah, Senator, thank you for the deliberation on the show. But I just want to say a few things to you. Some will be good, some will be bad, but I want you to take it in good faith. Senator, I listened to you when you spoke about the issue of the Oriental deal, which are in the interest of the country, and I think Sierra Leone did similar action on their own oil deal black. But Senator, I want you to look at this thing today. This fight you in is not a fight. It's not a personal fight. Don't give up, okay? I know what it takes when you're fighting your own people to make things right. I understand it. I understand the disappointment you go through when people don't tell you, oh, Senator, today you said something right. When you speak against the labor issue, people feel disenchanted. And
Chance, we got to do a shashak because we want to take more people.
Yes, Judah, please, at least give me a few seconds. I mean, the Senator has said a lot, but the issue with the oil deal, lobby with your colleagues. That deal should not pass. Oriental deal is not in the interest of the people of Liberia. They more good things. That deal is a scam. It's a PMD. It's like a rewind. You know when the black money bodies are going to rewind the drum? That's the deal there. They're going to rewind Liberia and going to rewind the drum. Please, put the feet down. We're looking up to you, people like you. I know it is your government, it is your party, it is your union power. Please do it for the sake of the country. And the history will remember you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks so kindly. Let's take a Bob Cato from the National Food something Authority.
Food Assistance Agency.
Yeah, National Food
That's my
Assistance.
law.
Yes, you can go ahead. Let's hear you, Bob.
And thank you very much. Let me say thank you to Senator Dillon. He's the architect of the National Food Assistance Agency as far as its entitlement is concerned. I am a son of Nima County who has supported Senator Dillon twice. And if the election was called today, I would also support him. What I want to say is not, I want to think that Senator Dillon should not take a statement by one or two persons for Nima to be the view of all Nimbaes. I could remember during the campaign there was one difficult passage here who makes a statement against the senator, and he even tied it to the country and the tribe, trying to bring a Bassa sentiment. I did not hear any stakeholder of Nima, not even the vice president, categorizing all Bastilians to be against it and continually emphasizing and stereotyping the whole country. As a leader, whoever has spoken, whatever their position, I don't want the senator to continue to make statements against a country which could be, shaking of or writing a book. These things can grow into something different. He's my senator. I continue to support him. I love him because he's a man that stands for what he believes in. Thank you very much.
Thanks so kindly, Bob Kato. Let's go to, I think this call is from Nigeria. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Hello, Julius.
Yes, go ahead. Let's hear you.
Thank you. Let me say good evening to Senator Dillon. And Senator Dillon, I'd like to...
What is the name, first of all?
Thank you. My name is Pacemaker T, and I join you from Lagos, Nigeria.
Okay.
Thank you, Senator Dillon. Senator Dillon, I'd like to say thank you for all you continue to do for our people. I follow you throughout from the day you enter the legislature. I voted for you in Liberia before coming to EZA, and you continue to demonstrate why I voted for you for. But Senator Dillon, let me apologize on behalf of some of our people in Nimba. Some of those things are ignorant. Like you rightly said, the society is now politically polarized. So some of the young people who have got no understanding of governance will just, because of the little things they get from politicians, they go on radio and say things that are bigger than them. But Senator Dillon, you continue to do your work. All we pray is that other senators, other lawmakers will join you to make Liberia better. Julius, thank you ever so much for the opportunity, for the job you continue to do on behalf of Liberia. I thank you ever so much.
Thanks so kindly for your call as well, all the way there from Nigeria. Let's go to Ministry of Public Works. Welcome. Let's hear you, Benjamin Myers, spokesman.
Thank you, Julius, and good evening to you. Good evening to the Senator of Montserrado County, Darius Dillon. It's been a while, actually. Well, firstly, I want to begin by saying when Senator Dillon was contesting in 2020 to be senator, I was on Joy FM at the time, and we provided live coverage of our outside broadcast crew of the entire event on the official launch, our fateful day. And we listened to some of the very fascinating speeches he delivered when he committed to a lot of things, and we must admit to a very reasonable extent that Senator Dillon has stood his ground as a senator, and because of him, he has brought energy to the Senate. So most of the funny things we used to hear about the Senate prior to his entry, those things are seldom heard of. And I like to thank him for the stance that he took. I may have some personal issues with him, but that could be discussed at a personal level. But then I want to ask him a particular question. I remember the confirmation of Zoli Zo. Zoli Zo was denied confirmation based on his conduct in the public. And then recently, Fatima was also at the Senate, where it is alleged that she lied on her credential. But Senator Dillon was part of those group of people that voted to confirm. Firstly, I want you to state to the public categorically on which side of the divide did he vote, and why did he vote for a person?
He said he didn't vote because he was the one presiding, but he may have voted for her confirmation if he had voted. Yeah.
Yes. So we want to know if he may have voted. What would be the rationale of voting if he has a dissenting opinion to her confirmation? What also would be his reliance to the dissenting opinion? I just want to get a perspective from him on Fatima's confirmation.
Thanks so kindly for your call, government officials. You're way more. Let's come to this line. Welcome. Let's hear you. Hello, on the international line.
Yeah. Good morning. Good afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
This is Stadium Boy. Germany, former Senator.
You're calling from Germany. Go ahead. Let's hear you.
I have little issues with the senator. Let me say good evening with the senator first. And he have done well for the people of Montserrado County. But I have a little disagreement with the senator. The senator speak a lot in the Senate. If the senator meant well for the people of that country, there's a man who have transformed the thinking skills of our people in this country. He's no one but Councillor Dillon Gov't. If the senator is actually meant well for the people of Montserrado and the people of that country, Senator Dillon 2029 will support Councillor Gov't to transform the living conditions of our people in this country. Let me say hats up to him. He have done well for the people of Montserrado County. People may not understand, but Senator Dillon need to rethink the decision in supporting who to be the next president of that country. Because President Boakai has failed the people, and President Weah also have failed the people. This is the time that Councillor Gov't needs to take the matter of authority of that country and transform the living conditions of our people. Thank you very much, and have a God bless evening, Julius.
Thanks so kindly for your call. Let's see who's on this end. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Hello, Julius.
Yes, go ahead.
Julius, my name is Francis. I call you from the township of West Point. Julius, let me say something. Put Dillon here, for all of the CDC lawmakers needed at the Senate here. If any of them were to go against Dillon, I would vote against it.
Why? Are you a CDC person?
I'm a bona fide citizen, one who blue ran through my blood.
Yeah, that is okay. Leave that one. But why will you go against them?
How is Dillon alone, single-handedly fight against the CDC government? Anything? You know why we put people out of the house? We need floor fights, or we don't need people who are in the house, who are diplomatic. We need people that will fight on the floor and work for the interest of the people. They don't stood in the throat of the CDC and they work out a one. Now they are there. They're not the same person who even digging out and bringing out some things. They are silent. Nobody hear them. Nobody know about them. They don't want to be in the house there.
Okay.
And another thing, Julia, before I go, they don't talk about I want to deal. Not yet I want to deal. The issue that has to do with the budget. There's $200 million in the budget from ArcelorMittal.
Yeah, we didn't even go to the budget. Maybe next time we can bring him. Since they just started debating.
Let be removed.
Okay. Thanks so kindly. We didn't go to the budget. They just started debating it. So we didn't talk all. As I said, we will talk all, but we didn't talk all. Welcome. Let's hear you. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Julius. This is Cyrus McGee. I'm calling you from the Twin Cities of Minnesota.
Go ahead, Cyrus.
Thanks for the show, and thanks to our Montserrado Senator Dillon for the exposés. I would first like to commend Senator Dillon and Representative Bertie for agreeing tentatively on bipartisan as it relates to the interests of the Liberian people. You don't have to be from the same party, but you can work together once these things are in the interest of our people. And we must call on you guys to work hand in hand that particular bill with the statute of limitation. It's a very serious thing. It will cut all this thing about why the people going after people from Weah government and not going after people from Ellen government. Why they not going after people from Ellen government and not people from Liberia government. So these are things that were set by her, and we must commend Senator Dillon for that. And Senator, you know the reason why the people keep pressing on the full responsibility is often at times that's why I will love, because our candidates stick to the people. Not many times candidates explain to the people that when you elect me, I will be there to put into place policies that will affect the lives of these people. And at the end of the day, the huge budgets are passed, and most often they don't trickle down to the lives of the people.
Okay.
How many times budget performance are discussed? So when we get to do this, increase that budget before you're talking about something increasing civil servant salary. $1 billion was nothing but civil servant. It is before your senator. When this is done, it will start, and the fourth responsibility will not be too much the interest of the people. Thank you so kindly.
Thanks so kindly for your call as well. Let's remain in the U.S. Welcome. Where are you calling from? What's the name?
Yeah, good. My name is Julius. I'm calling from New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just want to ask the senator what his position on the concession agreement for the Western Region rule.
Okay, thanks so kindly. Yeah, that's a good one. Let's see who's here on the public line. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah, Julius. Hello again for the second time. Having Johnson calling from Grand Julius County. You see, the senator ain't being fair to the public, because the first thing he talked about, the first public library, the first modern public library to be built, it was built at ELW or Pinsville Town
No, that is not government that did it. It was a private initiative.
No, that government.
No, not government, my man. I know about that thing. The man I pay, that's my friend. Okay, my man, see you. But I'm telling you the thing that I know. They want to go check. The man, that Leo Johnson bid that thing, that he personal initiative. He did it through humanitarian stuff. No government money in that play. I beg you. That not government library. Welcome, let's hear you. What's your name? Even though he gave it to the public, but it is not government funded. Welcome, let's hear you. Sorry, this line. Welcome, let's hear you.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Julius. Yeah.
Yes, go ahead, let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you. This is Montserrado. I come from Painesville. You know, I mean, say, good evening to my Senator Darius, Dillon. You know, Julius, whenever I listen to the Senator, I mean, it just makes me happy because to have seen what the Senator is doing, right, at the Senate, hearing up in opposition, right, for standing for the Liberian people, asking tough questions, like acting like opposition. I think we have not seen that for a very long time. But Senator, I want to urge you to keep doing what you are doing. Keep acting fake like people are saying that some of our support for you are unwavering, untouchable, and unshakable.
What?
Just continue to do what
you say your support is what? Unwavering, untouchable, unshakable. Okay. Yeah. Thanks so kindly. This will be the final one. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, Gloria John from New Georgia.
Thanks for going through this very tough line. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I hear people saying Senator Dillon was so what they call the last regime. He was loud in the Senate. I don't think one person can fight on the floor. Senator Dillon's voice was just loud there. It was a sedition that did their work because you have to have certain number. And Senator Dillon couldn't have been the only one to cause all the problems, if denying all the people we're hearing about. So the CDC lawmaker, they said that Dillon was only one person. And I'd like to tell Senator Dillon that nothing has changed in Liberia. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, President Weah, former president, everybody they wrote somewhere. So he will just coming to tell all about the Southeast, coming to tell all about light. The lot of protests we had here last regime. No, this is not a result in 2 years. This is not it. If you are telling me right price going down, I want to let you all know that people are here that can hardly get the money to buy a vehicle. Nothing has changed. We expect a lot more.
Okay.
Sorry for the noise at my background.
Okay, thanks. So let me squeeze in this female. There seems to be a female caller from the U.S. Welcome. Let's hear you.
And hi to you all. I want to say hi to the Senator. This is Koto Chalabalaya calling from New Jersey. I want to thank the Senator for his presentation. I know there have been a pushing of issues that he said concerning what will be done for the Liberian people to put in money from their salary to increase, the budget to the budget line that would affect the people of Liberia. And what I have to say.
Hello.
That, hello.
You can just make your point. Mm-hmm.
Okay, they are saying that the senator is now pushing like he did during the regime. It's like he has his responsibility. If there's anything that he has to do, he has the ear of the president. He has the ear of the Senate Putin. Why would he not be bringing issue up to address when he has control over it? I think people should start thinking on different levels and pushing that line of him, being vocal like he did.
Okay. Thanks so kindly. Folks. I know the interest is high. Very, 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 very high. The lines continue to ring, all of them, but I'm sorry. We'll go back during the next 3 minutes to respond and wrap up.
Thank you, Julius. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Can I take up another hour on the budget? Seriously.
Let me run my lines and then I will let you know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. If not Thursday, I want to speak to the budget. Okay, I want to thank the callers, all of you, those who were for, those who were critical, and that's democracy, and that's what keeps me going. I want to tell the caller from Nima, who hails from Nima, from the full assistant authority, that I heard him. I heard his plea, and we will act accordingly. You see, the same thing I was saying, when the people mad, some people can lack their opinion to the whole and lead a key home and come outside, so nothing new can enter the head. We said...
Let me just squeeze in this message and just combine them. Okay. Is it about being opposition or is it about being about his values? Does his value change because he's in opposition?
No.
Perjury is a crime. Is he saying crimes are forgivable when the perpetrator apologizes? Rice price is the same given the high rate. Commies mentioned the Southeast war is better, but generally nothing has changed. LEC cost has increased. Stability is questionable depending on where you are. Mariah Yekula sends in that one.
Yeah. When I'm on radio, everybody can be there. Montserrado, my small sister, I don't respond to her call. When people who decline, people vote from 7 to 1%, you don't waste your time with that. Especially when you want engagement with politics, it must be of political value, with political capital. Most time I don't waste my time on people who are of less.
But you also mentioned Cummings, even though you had a 1%.
But Cummings is a political leader.
Yeah, but you had 1%.
Not a people. That's the people who made to get it 1%. The Cummings is a good man. He just be irrelevant. I was saying, some people can lack their opinion at home and leave the key home. And they don't bring the key so that when fresh opinion that makes sense to them can enter to, they come from home with the opinion and go home with the same opinion. I said, when we complete the library that we are building under my office at Tottenham High campus, it will be the first public library, at least in the long time in Montserrado County, first public library built by government money. The library the caller was talking about is in Pinsville. Yourself were telling him what you know, he was arguing with you. Can you imagine what we're going through with our own people? The people can argue with you what they believe, but not what the truth is. So I can understand that. Let me repeat. It may be at the period of my political whatever, but I cannot get key. I cannot have key and knock door. Julius, you got me?
Yeah.
That only a foolish person will have key. Then change the cylinder. No put hinge behind the door. Then put block anything behind the door to block your easy asset. Then you be knocking door. No. I have key. This is, if anybody thinks that I will be in the public to be opposition and beat my own government, it's not about changing my values. Those things I were against yesterday, they have not changed. I'm still against them today. But we'll beat it up in the room, we change it there, we cancel together. But if I'm supposed to beat the opposition for opposition in my own government, I think it will be disappointing to a lot of people.
Sir, thanks so kindly for accepting our invite. We appreciate it. We'll see how tomorrow looks like.
Yes.
Thanks for being here.
The budget, I have a lot of questions in our budget.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to ask some questions.
Okay, good. So that's how we go. My name is Julius J. Tomorrow will be another day right here. The news is up next. Thanks to my entire team.